Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So, as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen today, I'm bringing y'all the top three best jack of all trades build coming at y'all at three different positions. But before we get any further, man, I just want to go ahead and say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity and platform. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications if you want to join the Rich Gang family. Be sure to hit that like button. And now, just be sure to leave a comment so y'all most definitely know that I know who's in here supporting, man. Y'all know I got y'all with a response as well. Let's go ahead and get into the first making. This is going to be the big man jack of all trades build. We're going to be making it under the center position. Then when it comes down to the height, we're going to be going with 6'9" on this build. Weight of 215, and then when it comes down to the wingspan, I'm going to go with 7'3", and that is pretty much what the build is going to be looking like when it comes down to the breakdown of the stats on the physical side. So now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the actual attributes. When it comes down to the finishing, we're going to go 81 for the close shot, 84 for the driving layup, 84 for the driving dunk, and a 90 standing dunk. And that's going to give us 27 badges on this build. When it comes down to the shooting, mid-range shot's going to be an 82, three-pointer is going to be an 81, and free throw is going to be an 81 as well. And right there, we're going to be able to get 25 badges. As for the playmaking side of things, I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of 75, ball handle 77, and a speed with ball of 68. Now, with here, we're going to be able to get 19 playmaking badges, which is really solid. Let's go ahead and get into the defensive end now. So, the first thing you want to go ahead and do, start with an interior defense of 69, perimeter of 78, steal is going to go up to a 76. As for the block, I'm going to go with the 94. Then with the rebounding side of things, I'm going to go with an offensive rebound of 62 and a defensive of 87. And that's going to give us 27 defensive badges. Remember, you're going to be getting a +4 extra badges from the college, or you can go ahead and consider it just for the rebirth, then another +4 from each season we are in. So with this build, you actually have the potential to get over 100 badges. And as for the physicals, we're maxing out that speed, acceleration, put that vertical to a 70 for the pro contact dunks, and then stamina is going to be a 90. And this is pretty much what the build is going to be looking like on this side of the ball. Let's go ahead and check out the takeovers now. We get the shot creating takeover, and remember, this is out of a center position, so that is going to be very toxic. We're also going to be getting the sharpshooting, playmaking, and then the rim protecting. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and get some help on the defensive end with the paint intimidation takeover. And as y'all can see, we have made the first out of the three center jack of all trades build, and I'm telling y'all, each of these are out of different positions, which is going to make them even better in my opinion, and that much more unique. Now, the second build that we got lined up for y'all is also going to be called another jack of all trades build, but with this one, you're going to be able to be under the small forward position, still 6'9", but a lot of things are going to change with this build compared to the last one. Now, I'm telling you, when it comes down to the breakdown, go ahead and change anything you feel like you want to do, but with that case being taken, you have a risk of changing up the build name. So again, it just comes down to what you want to do. Let's go ahead and just take it a step further now. Getting into the making of this build, you got to be very specific with everything that you go with. So, of course, like I said earlier, this build is going to be made out of the small forward position, but remember, you can actually make this build out of any position from point guard all the way to center. As I have just showed y'all, we just made the center. Now, with the height on this one, we're going with 6'9", but the weight is going to be completely different as well as the wingspan. We're going with the weight of 190 with a 7'6" wingspan. Body shape going to be built again. This just comes down to my personal preference. Now, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the actual stats. So, the close shot on this build going to be a 91. Very good for the small forward position. Driving layup going to be an 86. As for the driving dunk, this is going to go up to an 85, and that means we're still going to be able to get the pro contact dunks on this build. Remember also, this is going to be a very all-around balanced build. 20 badges when it comes down to the finishing. Now let's go ahead and move on to the shooting. As for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with an 82. When it comes down to the three-pointer, I'm going with the 78, and the free throw, just to be able able to take this build into any game mode. I feel like this is going to be an essential part of the build. Put this to an 84, and that's going to give us 23 shooting badges. Now, that means we got the rest left over for the playmaking and the defensive end. So, the pass accuracy, I'm going to go with the 75. Ball handle, we're going to go ahead and max this out to a 76. And speed with ball is going to be a 72 for another 20 badges. Now, the wealth that you get out of each area of this build is going to be very specific when it comes down to this version of the Jack of all trades build. But now let's go ahead and get into the defensive end. Now when it comes down to the defensive side on most builds, this is where it really makes or breaks a build. So we're going to go with an interior defense of 73, perimeter of 77, 81 steal. If you want to, you can go with a 99 block. Now, for the offensive rebound, go with the 73. And then for the defensive rebound, go with a 77 for 26 defensive badges. Really solid, especially with the wealth that we're going to be able to create in this area of the build. And remember, this is only the second out of the 3 builds that I got lined up for y'all. So be prepared for the next few. And remember also, you get a plus 4 badges from the college championship and another plus 4 from each season we have completed. As for the physicals, you're pretty much maxing out everything except you go with an 84 vertical, 97 stamina, and that is pretty much going to be set right here. Now remember, you have the potential to get every single animation unlocked out of this build that you would need. When it comes down to the dribbling, 76 is still really solid to dribble with. Then also consider the contact dunks, very important, but then even more so for the defensive end. So as you can see, the rim protecting takeover, sharpshooting, slashing, as well as the shot creating. I'm a big fan of getting more help out on the defensive end, so I like paint intimidation. But secondly, I would go with one of the shot creating takeovers. I'm going to go with ankle breaking shots. And as y'all can see, again, the second out of the 3 Jack of all trades build. Now I'm telling y'all, you can literally make any build name out of any position as long as you are making it correctly. Now if y'all want the other 2 Jack of all trades builds, I'm going to go ahead and say, leave a comment as well as hit that like button. Y'all most definitely know that I got y'all. The other ones are going to be made out of the power forward position as well as the point guard. But as y'all can see, the third one that we got lined up for y'all is going to be out of the shooting guard position with post scoring takeover. Really going to remind me of a Kobe Bryant build. So if y'all are still watching, go ahead and turn on post notifications, hit that like button, as well as be sure to go ahead and just enjoy the video. Drop a comment, man. Y'all know that I would appreciate y'all. Seeing you really responsive to me helps out a lot because it just knows that I got members in the Rich Gang family supporting. So go ahead and drop a comment if you are here still watching. Let's go ahead and check out the height, weight, and wingspan. We're going to go with 6'7", 181 for the weight, and then a 7'1" wingspan. Now this one is much different from the other 2 builds, especially when it comes down to the physicals. Let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the actual stats when it comes down to the finishing. So, close shot gonna be a 73, driving layup 89, driving dunk 87, 63 standing dunk with an 85 post control, and right there we're gonna be able to get 27 finishing badges. But as you can see, Hall of Fame, back down, Punisher, as well as a good amount of Hall of Fame post scoring badges. Now let's go ahead and move on to the shooting. Mid-range shot going to be an 82, 3-pointer, max it out. And then for the free throw, I'm going to put this to a 68, 24 shooting badges. And honestly, I'm telling you, this is very solid when it comes down to what we're going to be able to do on the finishing as well as the shooting side of things. As for the playmaking, we're going to go with the pass accuracy of 72. Ball handle, going to go up to an 80. And then when it comes down to the speed of the ball, this is going to be a 76, 22 badges right there. That's going to be perfect for this build. And you're pretty much going to be able to do everything that you want on the offensive end. Let's go ahead and move on to the defensive side now. Interior defense going to be a 57. Perimeter, put this to a 75. Steal, 84. Block, maxed out at an 83. Then, for the defensive rebound, put this to a 72. That's going to bring up the offensive to a 42. And right there, we're going to be able to get 20 defensive badges. And honestly, for the physicals, this comes down to your personal preference. I'm going to go ahead and max out the speed as well as the acceleration. When it comes down to the strength, I'm going to skip over it, go with an 80 vertical, and then for the stamina, I'm going to leave it at a perfect 90. And this is what the build is going to be looking like again. If you made it to the end, just know that I appreciate y'all, I love y'all, and I thank y'all. And man, if you are still watching, go ahead and be sure to turn on post notifications. If you're new, be sure to go ahead and hit that sub button as well as hitting that like button, y'all. I would appreciate it if you would drop a comment. I most definitely love interacting with y'all. Let's go ahead and finish out the video though. As you can see with this build, we're going to be able to get the post scoring, sharpshooting, shot creating, and the finishing, slashing takeover. So again, if you want to make this build very unique, I would go with shot creating and the post scoring takeover. It comes up to y'all, but as you can see, finally, we're going to be able to say we made all three jack of all trades builds. Know that I appreciate y'all. All glory goes to God. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank you, God. Thank y'all, the Rich Gang family. And man, Rich out.